Clack, clack, clack.
Que lo que?
Que lo que tigre. That's shout out to our producer over there. What's going on, man? Jamie, how you doing, bro? Happy
What's
New
up,
Year.
bro? Happy
it
New
feels
Year.
like it's been forever.
It's been a
like a year.
hot one, bro.
Like a year
It's
ago,
been a
right?
hot one.
How's everything? With you guys had good holidays, everything. Right? Let me just reflect. Did you have a great Christmas and New Year's? I hate saying holidays. Did you have a great Christmas and New Year's?
I did. Yeah, we had a really nice Christmas and New Year. I didn't work as much as I usually do, so that made it a little more special. And I was actually there.
Good.
You know, not just physically, mentally, spiritually.
Everything.
Yep.
Cool. All right.
How about you, bro?
It was great. Christmas was cool. I had my brother-in-law come from New Mexico, Albuquerque. We did Christmas Eve.
That explains a lot. We never talked about that.
And then that's like 2-episode deal right there. He escaped Nutley is what he did. And then the day after Christmas, we went to Miami. We got a place over there, and we went with other family and friends. And we
Nice.
chilled over there. Usually, like, we do the Miami thing. You know what I mean?
What does that entail?
Boats and hoes, bro. Nah, we bring the kids, so
Yeah.
We usually get a boat like New Year's, but the
Okay.
weather just wasn't that good. Like it was okay, but it wasn't like
Right.
I don't want to get on a boat and wear a sweater. You know what I mean? I'm not like a boat guy, so
I could see you on a boat with a sweater though and that hat, bro.
but like
Killing it.
tied. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Like, with the prep.
One around the waist, one around the neck.
Yeah. Oh
Nice.
my god, nice.
Double up.
Boat shoes, polo. That's totally me. No, it was cool. And then on New Year's Eve, we celebrated by getting woken up at like 6 a.m. by the cops over here that somebody stole my wife's truck. So that was pretty.
Beautiful.
That was pretty fucking.
So nobody was home.
My mom was home. Yeah, my mom. She lives with us. She lives on the
The West Wing.
third floor. Yeah, the west wing. The third floor out of the 50 floors I have in my home. No, so we got a call from the police, the local police, and they were like, "Hey, your car got stolen, and we got to." The way they found out is, I guess Newark hit them up because I don't know how it came across. It wasn't reported yet because it was in the morning, and they were like, "We just knocked on the door and told your mom," and then they saw that there was a window broken, and all that shit. So what happened was they came at there was like three kids. They came at like 3:48. I saw it on the camera in the morning. Checked the windows, nothing. Then they were like, "Fuck it, let's break the main front window."
Oh
dive
my
in.
God.
And I knew this really. They looked for key fobs. So we weren't there, but my mom was home. But we don't have like our keys out on display. We just kind of like hide them to the side. But it doesn't take much to find them. You know what I mean? So there was a car blocking it. They stole the G-Wagon, right? So it was a car blocking it, a Nissan Rogue, my mom's. So they moved that car, but they were like respectful. They put it on they parked it on the street, and they left my mom's keys there so that she could utilize the car. And then they took.
Yo, that's fucking wild.
They took.
So they broke into your house, took the
yeah.
keys, moved the car, then took
left
the
that
G-Wagon.
car, and then took the G-Wagon. Yeah.
Wow. Very
And,
respectful thieves.
Listen, you know what though? Like the best thing that happened was that they did find the keys, and they didn't go through the rest of the house looking. Because I saw on the camera they're young, and I saw one was strapped, and came to find out they were all strapped after, and they get startled or bump into somebody,
Right.
they're gonna hurt them.
God forbid your mom got up to go to the bathroom or
I asked
anything,
my mom,
right?
I'm like, "Mom, did you?" She's like, I think I was up at that time, or I heard something. She's like, "I'm not fucking going downstairs. Fuck that shit."
Good.
She's like, she's like street smarts. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? She's
She would have said straight up, here's the
take
key.
the shit, get the fuck
Right.
out of here. So that was good. Then I got a bunch of buddies, so I'm like, cool, let me see if we can find it. So a bunch of my buddies are state troopers and local police, auto theft task force. I just put up a call like, hey, if you could help. Next thing you know, on my phone, it's like I'm getting pictures, every camera. This technology is great. I was like, my wife's like, you're so into this. I'm like, it's exciting, right? 'Cause
You're
I'm like,
following the car around,
but
right?
it's like play by play.
Yeah.
It's like it's in Belleville, on Washington Avenue, Main Street, Newark, Irvington, Milburn, Bloomfield, Oratani Park. I'm just like, damn. And then I'm getting reports like armed robbery, carjacking. There's 3 of them. So they're going around. They're stick-up kids, and nobody thinks you're going to rob anybody.
From a
Like,
G-Wagon.
the G-Wagon pulls up next to you. You're like, dope.
Yeah, that's
They're
what's
like,
up.
yeah, cool. Open the door. Give me your shit. So they did 3 armed carjacking / robberies, and they still kept the car. So I'm tracking it. I have the Mercedes Mobile Connect. And then the last thing one of my cop friends sent me a picture that I went over the GW to the city, into the Bronx, and then I followed it. And the next day, which was New Year's Day at 7 a.m., was the last time it was tracked, and it was parked. I was telling you earlier, at like on 951 Hoe Avenue, appropriately. You know what I mean? Smoking hookah with the.
Que lo que? Dímelo, Matatán.
So I hit up my buddy. He lives over there, and I was like, "Hey, can you just check by?" So the car's not there, so they either disabled it, or that was the last known site. So
They actually knew where it was that whole time. They didn't like. What's the deal on the approach?
that's when it was tracked.
Okay.
By my app, and he asked me, he's like, "Hey, I'm talking to NYPD. Let me see if it's there or whatever." So, but it wasn't there. That's just where it was tracked.
Okay.
So they can't, because of the chasing laws and everything. They don't want anybody to get hurt. So like they got to actually see the crime, and then they could kind of chase. You know what I mean? But if they didn't, they're just playing catch up. So they're not gonna put up, and innocent bystanders, pedestrians, people's
Right.
and rightfully so, for a car.
Well, your wife was looking for a matte pink one anyway, right, or something like that.
You look at something else.
What's she looking for now?
She was like, "Yeah, what about the Cully?" And I was like, "Yo, chill." Man. That's my fault, because I trained her that way.
Yeah,
Like,
you could take
she
some of
was
the
like,
blame for that.
Maybe we don't ever get the GLE. I'm like, "Well, I ain't going backwards. Like, that's not fucking happening."
Right.
Listen, it's materialistic. Nobody got hurt. I don't care what anybody says.
Thank
I hear
God.
people like, if I had a gun, I'm like, "Yo, there's four of them. Chances are somebody's gonna get you." And in Jersey, if you shoot somebody, it's not just you shot somebody and keep it moving. Like, then you just got all that bullshit. They took the car.
Your whole
insurance
life
pays
changes,
for
bro.
it. Yeah, and like,
It's a car.
I don't want to live in fear. It was my turn. That's it. Maybe it's karma for all the cars I stole.
Bro, look on the bright side, right? You weren't home.
Yeah, no. Of
That's it.
course. No,
All
my
that
kids
good
were
stuff.
home.
Nobody was in the house but your mom. She didn't get
I
hurt.
fixed the window right away.
Right.
Luxury problems.
Did it make you
I tell
change
people.
like the way you had it lined up, or something
Nah,
that you think
listen,
about? Like,
I know this. Listen, I was a fucking thief growing up. You know what I mean? I just was. All my friends, we grew up. It's literally like the town, but instead of fucking armed cars, I was just watching last night. Instead of armed fucking vehicles, right? They would break into homes and steal cars. Like, that's just, it was the environment, which you know. So I know what they do. They only hit people when they're startled. You know what I mean? And the thing is, like, you can never prevent anybody from going in your house if they want something bad enough. What you could do is not make it as easy. So I already had cameras. That don't stop them.
right,
Like, I upped my alarm a little bit. I did it more for security for my wife and kids.
right.
But it doesn't. Even the cops are like, "Yo, you kind of want them to break in, grab your shit, and go." They have these little safes where you can put the key fob in there, and they, even if they use that antenna to connect it, that's what they're doing now too. They don't need to break in to create a signal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, tech is great, bro.
That's
Both
crazy.
ways.
I just leave my key in the car, so if you want it, have at it, bro.
There you go. You got full coverage, Gap insurance. That's why you get new shit all the time. It's on rotation. You don't even tell them. You're like, just out of context. You're like, "Yo, this burger is good. Yo, keep it in the car if anybody's looking." And they take it. But,
Yo, there's actual signs in Saddle River when I'm driving to work, like,
Yeah.
please remove your key fobs from your car. That's a real sign.
No, my
when
neigh-
you come into Saddle River, you got to tell people to
My
take their
neighbor's
keys out of their
car-
car, bro.
my
That's
neighbor's
funny,
car
right?
got robbed, right?
Right.
6 months ago or some shit. So he comes out, like, I'm going to work here. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Yeah, they got it. They got my laptop bag, everything." I'm like, and I know him, and they're great friends. I'm like, "Julie, you're running." He's like, "Just for a second." And I would never, because where I grew up too, like, I would never do that. I would never leave keys. I always lock everything up. But it's a hot, like, they just, they know where to go. They're not stupid.
If they want it, they want
They
it.
just drive by, get out of their way, let them grab it, and get another one.
Life goes on.
If that's my biggest problem, I'm fucking doing.
Well, how's she getting to and from right now? I mean, that was her day to day, right?
So I got her a bus pass, right? So she gets, she got learned.
You got her a monthly, bro? You really set it off. You
She
hooked it
got
up.
the transfers. You remember that shit?
She's got a bag full of quarters,
She
bro.
got transfers.
Oh my god. Yo, I lived on the bus for like 14
went to
years, bro. I
school like
worked in
that,
the city. It was, it's funny, but it's not, dude.
But when you're in it, it's just, that's what it is.
That's the way you travel. Yeah, you don't. It wasn't a bad
She's
thing.
got a friend of ours had a little Volkswagen. She's my wife's easy, bro. She don't give a shit in terms of, like, she knows it's temporary. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Right.
get that, and then you got to wait some days to see if they find it through insurance, and then whatever, they'll cut you a check, and then you get something else, or however it works. But everybody's good. So my New Year started. We're back to New Year's. My New Year started not so bad, actually. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. Like, it was
You
This,
because you see the blessing in it,
of
right?
course, always.
You're with your loved ones, and that's it. And you realize like next one up, like you're good. Everybody's fine. Nobody got hurt. All that important stuff, right?
Dialed in and aligned.
Yep.
Not just dialed in. I'm aligned with where I'm going, where we're going, and nothing's gonna keep me off track. I'm not gonna live in fear. Oh my God, if they,
Yeah, it was a little test.
yeah. So the
But I have a question though.
Yeah.
Wasn't the Lambo in the driveway?
that's what I was gonna say. No, it was in the garage.
Oh.
But and I just brought it there like 4 days before, right? So it's in the garage, and then I asked my mom, like, Mom, what other keys did they take? I'm like, is the Lambo key there? She's like, I don't see it. So I'm like, oh, they're coming back at night to get it again. You know what I mean? They
Right.
They couldn't get it, and I know that's like what a lot of people do, like thieves. They'll go get a car, get all the key fobs, and then come back another day, right? They don't want that much heat. So I hit up the guy, the dealership, and I'm like, hey, can you switch? It's Sunday, New Year's Eve. Everything's closed, especially Bergen County. Like, can you, what should I? And he's like, I'll just go pick it up myself. I got an extra key, obviously. He's like, I'll go pick it up myself. I'm like, really? Shout out to Alan from Lambo Paramus, by the way. That he was like MVP with that. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, with my family. I'm like, you don't have to. I call you or somebody. You know what I mean? Move that shit.
Right.
And he's like, no, I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna hide it on a rooftop at one of their dealership locations that's got like a freight elevator. And he was like, cool. And then I just went to get it last week. You know, new key fob thing, brought it home, and that's it. It happens a lot though. People don't know, but it happens a lot.
I'm surprised they took the fob, but they didn't feel like opening the garage, or they
Whatever.
couldn't figure it out.
So there's a little more.
Okay.
So then now I get either pick up my car or right before I did, and I go to like another place where I keep extra keys. And then I looked, I'm like, oh, I hid it actually before I left. It wasn't there.
Oh,
So, but regardless, like
they didn't know it was there. That's good though.
they
That
didn't know it was there. Yeah,
that relieves
I
you a
did feel
little bit,
better,
bro. Yeah, of course, man.
But and if they took it, they took that too. Like what?
Right.
You know,
So I
I'm
guess
not attached to material shit like that.
you have a 2-car garage though, right?
Yeah.
So the next one's going in the garage, or no? I mean,
Nah, my son's got his dirt bikes and shit.
okay.
I gotta move, bro.
I see. I know where you're going with this one. I know how it is.
I need 2-story garage.
That's the way to turn a negative into a positive. Yeah, you need a lift or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I know exactly where you're going with that one. But I wanted to back up for a minute. Christmas, my grandmother came up.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah, she usually stays in Baltimore. She's not a big traveler. Shout out my mom. She came up. We had a great time. We did Christmas Eve at my aunt's house, which we always do, my wife's aunt. They're basically my family at this point.
Yeah.
I've been around for 20, 21, 22 years. So
Did you ever ask them if that's true or no?
they say it all the time.
Okay,
I mean,
so make sure.
you know, families, parents, and they love the kid. I don't know why. Is it the smile? I'm not sure, but you know, I got a little,
Do you show up there heavy with gifts?
I got a little charm, bro. You know,
You just
nah, it's, you know, maybe a little. I'm an envelope guy. You know what I mean?
That's even better.
I'm a cash guy, so
Even better.
yeah, they like that. They can do whatever they want
Yeah.
with it. That's usually what I like as a gift,
Yeah.
like or no gift at all. I made that rule a few years ago.
Marvin, you didn't give me your address? It's coming. Don't listen. I didn't need this. Don't worry about it. We're good.
No, but you know, like a few years back, I was like, all right, guys, just no more gifts.
Yeah,
Like,
it's pain in the ass.
do what you want
Yeah.
with yours, and of course, my kids, my direct
No, of
immediate
course, just
family.
like
That's a
immediate
different
family,
story.
yeah.
But you know, aunts, uncle, like all that. Like, guys, I'm good. Trust me. You know.
Do you know what's good? We were talking. I had a meeting earlier. You know what's good? Your name got brought up in it too. Gift cards are the best.
Gift cards are great.
You know why? Like especially having a business, giving them out or selling them. Why are they great?
That seems a little fucked up. Don't know.
No. We're providing a service.
We are.
What they do with it afterwards is up to them. Why is it? Why are gift cards great for businesses?
Why?
Yeah.
I mean, you're promoting your business,
That's
and
cool.
they give it
Why are
away
they-
too. No,
Why are they really good?
you tell me.
Because they don't fucking use them.
That's true. I didn't want to say that, but you know.
I did. Because I had baskets at my house filled of and I'm just like, you forget. Like if I go out to eat to your place and I'm like, I don't bring it. You know what I mean? Like
I know. You end up giving it away, right?
Yeah, and then the same thing happens, and they just never get used. So
Yo.
like, it is one of those, secondary or tertiary things that happens because of like I'm not in the gift card business because you won't use it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like easy to give a gift, like everybody loves it, but the facts of the matter is, 80% or 70% just don't use it. You know what I mean? So our businesses don't bank on that, but it helps a little bit. You
It
know what I mean?
does. I'm not at that percentage, and I wish I was.
Yeah, I can help you get there.
I don't. Maybe is that something to talk about on
You
air,
gotta
bro?
give them
I'm not sure,
You gotta
man.
sell them to the right people so that they don't utilize.
Yeah. Oh, you want a $500 gift card?
Yeah.
Let me check your credit, sir. Like, what
That's
am
it.
I? What am I doing?
How far do you live?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's your
you're probably
profession?
back,
Who's this
yeah.
going to?
No, I'm
No,
kidding.
there's no questionnaire on them, but our gift card percentage rate, redemption rate it was over 100% last year, which is
Really?
yes.
Oh wow, that's fucking.
Because you think about it, because people couldn't use it during COVID, right?
All right, so do you think that's where
So
the
we got
fluctuation
backed up.
happened?
Yeah, because usually it's around 78%
Oh, that's what I was
year
saying.
over year, but the national average is 25%, 23 to 25%. You know,
So
we're
it
3
says-
times that.
But it says a lot about your business in the sense that they do want to utilize it. They're
Listen,
great.
exactly.
Either
And the
way.
beautiful thing
And
is,
when they
like,
spend the gift card too, they're going to spend more. That's just usually what happens.
most of the time, yeah, they'll spend a little bit, but
Nobody's like hit the brakes. It's only 500.
the beautiful part is it fills up the middle of the week too, though,
Correct.
right? So you're always busy.
Yep.
So, you know, when people are like, "Oh, we can't get a reservation," I'm like, "The food's fresh every day. I'm ordering every day. I mean, we're running out."
That's
so,
good, man.
but you know, my grandmother came up, and it was really nice. She got to spend time with my kids, and you know, she was an integral part of my childhood. So it was a beautiful thing to see them connect and on a different level. Because my kids are a little older now. You know, we did miss my brother, but I haven't really talked to him. That's a whole nother conversation. Nobody in the family has, except for my grandmother. He takes her shopping, I think, once a week or once a month when she gets her check. That's a whole nother conversation. I don't really know about, but you know, overall, it was a great holiday. My wife's family, they're getting older, dude.
Yeah.
So how many more really solid Christmases do we have? How many more New Years do we have like that? So
Yeah.
I was pretty locked in this year, and it was nice to feel personally, because I'm not a big quote unquote feelings guy, and I'm usually like not present. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
doing,
like
like,
spiritually
your
not
mind's somewhere
present.
else, yeah.
Yeah, I'm always thinking of what's next, what's this, what's that, and I've been actively trying to be, you know, present on all these scenarios and situations. So even my daughter, you know, she does competition cheer. My other daughter does pageants. Like, I'm trying not to be on the phone in any of these situations. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not that fucking important. So I need to put my ego aside and put my phone in my back pocket and really lock in. So
Make time. That's my thing. Like when I do stuff with my kids or something, I'm not the guy that's going to. I'm not like a shot. It's just not me. Like I don't go to soccer games and shit like that. But I make quality time with him. So like, you know, my son likes cars.
Right.
So I'm going with him, record him. I'll bring him to these. But like I'll spend quality time, not quantity. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like I don't give a fuck about none of that. Me and my son have a great bond. My daughter too. My wife too. Like, and listen, it goes. You make adjustments and stuff like
Right.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always
because we're not typical like business owners or employees, right? Like our
No,
job
we're-
never ends.
We're
Number
all
one.
in. We're like
Right.
every day. I was just doing a schedule before at the office, and it's like Saturday, Sundays. I'm like, yeah, like what do you guys do Saturday, Sunday? Like you can't turn it off. Like something happens, you gotta. But all good stuff. I did want to talk about. It's the new year, right?
Right.
So it's like New Year, New You, right? Everybody fucking loves that. So no, but I did want to talk a little bit about like what's gonna happen in the new year. Look, without recapping the old year, it's done with. We're here. We did fucking great. What's new? For you, what I noticed too, and I want everybody to notice, like you've been on this fitness journey before New Year's, not fucking day one.
Right.
You lost tell us about it. You lost some pounds and shit like that.
Yeah,
You feel good.
I lost inches, I lost pounds. I don't know if you could see it up on the, but I mean it's starting. I'm on week 9, right? And the key is just I'm dedicated. I look forward to it.
Good.
I'm excited about it. I actually I'm starting to see some physical changes, you know? I've never worked out a day in my life. I was very athletic when I was a kid, always running from the cops, you know.
I mean,
Hopping fences in a single bound. You know
there
the
was
deal,
trophies
bro.
for that too.
Yeah, but they were handcuffs, dude. I don't
Still.
those are not the kind of trophies I was looking for, but no, the point being that it's really mental for me.
Yeah.
It's really backed up by me. This is a lesson Phil taught me last year. I got to give him props on this one, is making a commitment and fucking showing up.
Into it, yeah.
Show the fuck up. Just getting there every day, going through my routine, you know,
You build discipline.
that's it. Protein shakes, creatine, fucking, you know, texting my trainer before he texts me, bro, what time are we hitting the gym? What time are we going today?
Being
Today-
proactive.
Being proactive. Today's a hectic day.
Yeah.
We're going later. Like, it is what it is. We'll get there at 7 o'clock tonight, 8 o'clock, you know, but it's huge for me.
Now,
the
talk
mental
about,
clarity.
well, I was gonna say, talk to me more. Like everybody knows the immediate stuff, which is like the physical. You know what I mean? Even if it's not immediate, like it's kind of what you see. Talk to me in terms of mindset, clarity. What's it doing for you?
It's given me more patience to deal with every single challenge, every opportunity at home, especially. I just find myself way more open. You know, like I've had challenges with my wife in the past, and it's really based on the way we communicate with one another, and it starts with me. And I'm focused on on looking in the mirror and making the changes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to keep your fucking mouth shut, and I've never been the guy.
Wait, you're telling me diet and exercise helps you keep your mouth shut?
Yeah, it does, dude. Yes.
No, I'm laughing. It came out, but like I'm in agreement because what happens is like it puts you in a state, right? A state of abundance and gratitude at the same time. Like you worked out, you got your endorphins are up, you're on a high. You come back, it's easier. You're not like snappy, right? Because also when you exercise, you're releasing a lot of tension and a lot of everything else, right? So you're not like bound and tight.
Right.
Fucking like listening to react.
Just a rubber band
You
waiting to
actually-
fucking snap, dude.
Yeah, you're actually listening to listen,
Right.
not to just give back. So like,
It's funny. It's all encompassing.
Correct,
We were
of
we were
course.
just talking about it. You know, it starts with your mentality, but it's really in a daily practice for me. You know, and in the morning I'm doing gratitude stacks. Right.
Sure.
I heard you guys talking about it. I still haven't been to. Haven't been to Tony yet, but we're going.
You'll get
It's
there.
24. We'll get there. It's inevitable. I know at this point. In my mind, I already
you
went.
just become the last person to fucking go.
That's okay.
All right.
That's
No,
okay.
no, meaning like now you're like, all right, I'm gonna go.
Right now, it's
But that's the whole thing. When anybody thinks like, I'll never force you to go. You know what I mean?
of course.
It's nothing. It's something you're gonna want to go out of curiosity, out of whatever, and then that anything just different. Listen, I was talking with people are like, what's this year for you, right? Like financially, just happens. It is what it is. We grind, we hustle. After a while, when I tell you the same story, I'm grinding, I'm hustling. Like, oh, I'm gonna make this $1 million or 10.
Right.
Like, cool. Health for me, and personal development, and more of like an online presence, which is, and you see, like I've been doing. I get a lot of phone calls anyway. I'm like, cool. Let me do this mentorship program for a few.
I saw that.
And sold out right
You
away.
like my repost yesterday,
Good,
by the way.
right? That was good. My wife she's like, that's pretty fucking good, man.
Phil tags me on a lot of reels, and he put one together that was dope. And I'm like, when I first met him, I thought he was selling drugs. Now I know he's just selling dreams.
That's
but
right. Yeah.
it's my man, yo, it was the
good.
truth because
was good.
you see them roll up in fucking gold watches and these cars and like this whole aura. You know, this was like 2 years ago
Yeah.
when you guys first came to the inn, and they're like, yo,
You were like, I know this is good and bad.
yeah, they're like, yo, these haircut guys are on fucking table 28.
Yeah,
And I was like, Dave and Phil, and they're like, yeah. And I was like, I don't know what's up with them, bro. Troy was your server, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so shout out Troy. Cut my hair, worked at the
Good,
inn.
yeah.
Great dude. But he's like, yo, what's up with these guys? I think I want to go work with them. And I was like, do you know how to sell drugs?
I mean, my neighbors thought that too. They still, I know there's like a little bit of them that.
They gotta think that, right? They're like, this motherfucker's bald. He ain't cutting nobody's hair. Give me a fucking break, you know? But it's good.
no, look, it is. Look, it's cool because I could be myself, right?
You can.
And then the proof's in the fucking pudding. You know what I mean? Like proof of concept. I grinded. I did everything. My wife, everybody else, like to get to where we're at, right? Because I always wanted to like be successful, but on my terms, right? I didn't want to be in a corporate suit. I didn't want to like change my voice and this. Listen, I know how to like when I got to go to the bank.
You know how to
And
move.
fucking loan and this, like,
Right.
But I'm also assertive enough that I'm like, hey, if you don't like it, based on everything that I do, I'll go somewhere else. It's as simple as that. Commanding presence and respect, not demanding it. It's a totally different thing.
And that's really how I got to know you, is because I sat down with you.
Yeah.
We broke bread. We went out to eat. We started talking. Like everything just lined up.
Yeah.
There's no bullshit there. It is what it is. You know, when you call your friends to check on them, like, how's the fam? What's good with this? Like,
Yeah.
how you feeling? Haven't heard from you. What's up? You know what I mean? Like, those are the people.
Yeah.
And you don't got to see them or hear from them every fucking day. But when
Correct,
you do,
man.
it's got to be linked up. It's got to be aligned.
It's love no matter what. I think, I don't think, right? I changed my words. Like, I know I'm genuine. I know sometimes I'm too fucking genuine, but I'll take that over just surface bullshit all the time, and I'll figure out. But to get back on, for me, like, I'm going away for a week and a half. I got to go to Portugal just because we're doing some stuff there. And then personal development, like I said, which means more seminars, different ones too. Like I did TR. I'm doing Eric Spofford and Wes Watson too. They're down there in Miami where I see them at the gym. I like what they're doing. I want to like learn more. I want to get in that mix too. A couple other ones I'm doing.
You want to see a different?
Yeah, so there's a different animal too, right?
Okay.
So like we have brick and mortar, right? You have restaurants, I have salons, real estate. I know you have some real estate too, and then whatever else
Right.
the figures out. It's cool. Like I didn't neglect it. I was just like I'm so busy here. You know what? I neglected it. The internet, right? In the sense of like having that online presence. I'm focusing more on being my brand and marketing myself for who I am.
Right.
Because I do get a lot of phone calls from people I don't know. Which
I
is
can't wait to see it
like,
because
listen, your story's great. It's inspiring. It's this, that. They call me up. I'm very free with information. But now because my time's limited, I'm like, you know what? How do I make it more valuable? Cool. I put a price on it, right? And I struggled with that because I just like to help people.
I'm sure.
But I put a price on it because now it's even more valuable.
Who did you talk? You had to talk to a few people and be like, "Yo, this is what
Listen,
I'm thinking."
my
Right?
buddy Michael Shabbat, he's got over 1 million followers. I met him in Africa at Tony Robbins.
Right.
He does a lot of coaching. I didn't want to be a coach though. I didn't want that job. I just want to help and so I talked to him and he's like, listen,
Because that's more of an everyday thing.
that's
or?
his job.
Okay.
Right? And like, I don't want to do that shit. So I just want to pick and choose people that I want to work with or businesses to get there. And that's what he said. Like, listen, you're doing more.
You want to inspire.
I want to inspire, not motivate.
I understand.
Coaches motivate. I inspire.
You inspire because the
Motivation
work's
is
on me.
fleeting.
The work's on me. It's not on
Inspiration
you.
is change. Motivation is fleeting.
You don't want another job. That's the
No,
last thing you
that's
need
just-
is
I
another
got the
fucking job.
salons and everything
Right,
else.
right.
So he was like, listen, what you're doing is more a mentorship, and then on the business, you could do a consulting for a day.
Got it.
Right? He's like, these other people, and that's part of that other thing when we go to these seminars, you meet people because you don't have all the information. And then Danny, that was here too, he does it a lot too.
Right.
And so I reached out to him. So I reached out to people that I
I've been
know
watching his
personally.
shit, bro. He's really.
And he's gonna go to the Eric Spofford with us too. Once I did it, he's
In
like, "Oh,
Miami?
I'm doing it too. Yeah.
I saw that actually. You guys got to put that back up.
And Antonio's going too. Yep. And I think they got one more seat, bro. But yeah, I get it. It's Friday. You're busy at the rest. We're not. We just have this free life. But so like personal development and brand, right? And that goes for both of us too, because I know you're doing it too. and now it's health, right? So in Miami, there's a guy, Dr. D, right? He owns Biohacks. I met him, Tony Robbins too. And so this guy, I'm not going to say names, who he does, but he does the who's who. When you think of new fighters, that's who he does. When you
Right.
think of best performers, rappers, that's who he does.
Okay.
Basketball, politicians, that's what he does. I met him, and it's funny because he was from Newark originally, became a doctor, moved to Miami. He's Portuguese too.
I was waiting for it, like, all right,
I didn't line it up.
Yeah.
Man. That's just
it's the way the world works.
the Irish got to work on their marketing. Portugal's hot now. That's how I'm going.
The
next
Irish
week.
got to work on their marketing. I like that.
You know
All
what
right.
I mean? Italians took over, and that's it. It's our turn now, motherfucker. So what he does?
We still have Conor McGregor, bro. He's going to be the greatest comeback in sports history. Go ahead. Next.
So I love him, right? The double champ does whatever the fuck he wants, man. So he what he does is it's not new, but I think he's the best at it. So he he analyzes
There's only a few doing that right
so
now,
he doesn't do
right?
traditional medicine, right? Like he
Right.
does, he's trained that way. He was at the Cleveland Clinic, he got trained there too, and others. And he's more in like, I don't want to say futuristic, but just like not the normal, right? Medicine has been the same for the last 50, 60 years. Same book, same information, same classes. You got a cough, this is what you take.
Right.
It's reactionary.
They've been treating with medicine instead of treating with.
Correct. So it's reactionary, not proactive.
Right.
So he does it proactive, like, cool, I actually got to go.
It's this sleeping habit. It's this exercise. It's this.
And
Yes.
so then he dials you in and
Right.
says like, cool, these are the subs you're going to need, and it doesn't matter where. So if you got if you need test, if you need growth hormones, you know what I mean? If you need stem cells, the buddy I was with, he wants stem cells, you know what I mean? He's like, cool, there's Costa Rica, there's Panama, right? Costa Rica is probably the best one. Then there's the U.S. too. There's this one doctor.
Mexico.
He links you in, right? Well, the other ones are like placenta based. I learned a lot. So like those are the ones you want: Costa Rica, Panama, and the U.S., but the U.S. is obviously trickier and shit. But
Yeah, there's a lot of laws.
so, but it's available, right? And then I know the people he works out with. I know the people. I see his body, like he's his brand. He's very smart. So we went there. So that's part of my health journey. Right?
Okay.
So I got to pay monthly, blood work. The funny thing, I was there with my buddy Antonio.
So you signed up. You're in.
Well, I was working out with him at the gym down there, and Wes Watson works there and everybody else.
Elevation.
Yeah, I've always.
You
that's-
got to
that's
start a name.
fucking-
Yo,
best
start
gym in the
start
world.
dropping these, bro. We need some
Elevation.
sponsors already, dog.
I drive there with my car. And I'm
I mean,
like,
how
"Oh,
much
piece
more
of shit."
Balenciaga can we wear to get a fucking sponsorship? What's up? Where's the devil at? Holler at me, bro.
So like, yo, for real though. So
I got that TS on the hat. Spoils will be sponsoring this whole thing very soon, my friend.
Marvin, what size are you? All right. We're gonna get you large, bro. We're gonna make that work. So I met him there, and he's always like, "Come." So anyway, I went there. I signed up. And I went, Antonio, they take his blood, and I'm like, "Listen, man, I don't know if they're gonna be able to take my blood." And he's like, "What do you mean? Are you a vampire?" All this shit. And I'm just like,
Vampire.
I'm just like, my shits are fucked up. So my veins are all fucked up and collapsed from like years of
Oh, yeah.
intravenous
Okay.
drug use. You know what I mean? So like most of my arm ones, right, don't fucking, like the blood will pass through, but there's scar tissue. That's what it means collapse.
Okay.
It's like a tunnel collapse, right?
Okay.
In the middle. So I got one over here that's fucking like, you know what I mean? That's
Ready to roll?
That's my good one right there. Right?
What about your neck?
I hit there too. They don't want to hit on your neck, right? So you can do it everywhere, right?
Okay.
But like, so she's doing it, and I'm like telling her, like, listen, I don't know if you're gonna. Are you the best? Yeah, I'm the best. She's like jamming.
Especially because, bro, look at your arms too. You can't see a
Everybody has-
fuck.
Everybody, no, it's a feel vote. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do.
I
with
understand, but
So
it doesn't hurt when you can see the damn thing.
yeah, but it hurt me because she's fucking jabbing me. You know what I mean?
Were
And
you
I'm
like, let me do
after
it?
a while, I'm like, look, I don't think it's working out. Like by a while, I mean, like after 15 minutes and two.
Oh,
You know, the butterfly needles and shit.
Oh.
And my buddy's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, what happens if you? I'm like, I tell him to hit my fucking foot or my neck or some other shit.
Right,
You know what I
in
mean? I'm
between
like,
your
"Give me it,
fingers.
I'll fucking do it.
let me do it.
So I got to get blood work here because they couldn't do it.
Oh my God, bro.
But again, so like, listen, because I damaged my body down the line, everything,
Okay.
it is my goal to like, you know, reverse age, man. Like I really believe, just listening, studying to all these people, that I could live to like 120, healthy, not like I see a bunch of people do it. You know what I mean?
It's funny. I see 144 is the number now that people are like, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. Like,
But it's not based on the traditional medicine.
no,
way.
not at all.
It's based on SUPs. It's based on monitoring. It's food is the biggest fucking thing. I'm going to Europe Saturday, right? And
It's not just what you read,
I'm
right?
so
that your body
excited.
takes in.
well, everything, air. I'm
All
so
of it.
excited to eat like a slob over there. And by a slob, I mean just like eat all natural shit there.
This will sound so strange, bro.
And
In
then
Italy,
I don't gain weight.
yeah, we were there for how long? We were there for a bit in the summer, and bro, I didn't fart one fucking
Oh,
time
that's the other thing.
after day 1 or 2. That's not a coincidence. I couldn't be more gassy. I'm like a fucking 8-month-old.
You just lose.
You know what? It's crazy, bro. I'm burping and farting all fucking day. My wife's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, I don't know, but yo, in Italy, I don't have any fucking gas. It's weird, right?
I
Like,
went out to eat Friday night.
sorry, but
No, I'm gonna go on. I went out to eat at Eddie V's Friday night
Yeah.
because I was trying to go this place called the Saddle River Inn. Shout out Saddle River Inn. I couldn't get a reservation, so us poor people had to go to Eddie V's.
yo, we were closed, bro, and I guess Phil didn't get his insurance check yet. But
You could
we had a
open.
winter break, dude.
Could open.
I could have opened. You're right. You would have matched the day sales
If you
for
asked
one
me for a
table.
haircut, I was closed all week. I would have got you in.
Word
Just
up.
saying. But anyway, I went.
man.
Yeah, as soon and I ate like no carbs. I ate
Oysters.
oyster, you know, right?
Yeah,
Oyster crudo.
I know the deal.
I got a filet mignon there,
Right.
Pittsburgh. You know what I mean?
Right, like-
asparagus. But like I know they cook in butter and other oils. Yo, even my wife, she was like, I'm like, yo, it's just like farting. You know what I mean?
Like
It was
crazy.
just like because I eat
Yo,
pretty
asparagus gets me though. I'll be honest, especially like it's not in season right now, whatever.
clean.
But like,
bullshit
you know,
asparagus, that's why. But I don't eat like that, right? And so like. I meal prep during the week, and so when I do, and my body already knows it's different, which is good. I listen to my body now. It's a sign like stop eating that shit. You know?
So I meal prepped. I meal prep. You know, eat clean, bro. Shout out. Food's delicious, by the way. Yes, 2 meals a day. protein shake in the morning, creatine. You know, I'm trying to stay on it. But I went to my boy's place on Thursday night, and this has nothing to do with the restaurant or him. The food was fucking outstanding, but I ate so much, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, I couldn't leave my bed Friday and Saturday because I was going to the bathroom every 15 minutes, dude.
Yeah.
My body was like, nah, bro. Because I've been eating fucking
No, when
4
you
ounces of
change it,
protein, 4 ounces of white rice, and fucking a vegetable.
Yeah.
Those have been my meals.
No, when you go out, then you're like, cool. Even if I eat clean, I'm just gonna like you're just there.
I just overdid it, bro, and I paid for it.
Yeah.
The next morning, I got up and I had a protein shake. I went to the gym. I got home and I was like, I was done, bro. I was done, and my body was like, But that's, you know, I lost 7 pounds, so I mean, I'll take it,
Done
dude.
those diets before.
Yeah, I'll fucking
But
take it.
That's actually your body every once in a while doing its own cleansing because you won't do it. You know what I mean? It's like, listen, I told you, don't do this. Is so listening to my body and
Also, the amount. Like, did you eat a lot? Like, I ate too. I overate.
If it's
bro.
not measured, I'm eating a lot.
I
It's that
overate,
simple.
bro. Because our
When you
minds
get
work
high,
that way,
did you
right?
Just do a little bit.
What does that mean?
That's exactly.
Yeah, I thought I was in the
I
Olympics,
was like doing
bro.
what you got, and I'm going to drive to the projects at 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
and get
maybe
some-
twice.
Yeah, for 20 years. Just yeah.
That's
More
wild,
is the
but
thing. But like exactly, it's flipping the switch to like
personal development,
health.
baby.
Like I've been going to the gym and I haven't been doing shit at the gym. Meaning like I work out, right? But I've been doing the same shit. And I'm just working out. Like I gotta change it. So with that being said, I'm gonna go with my buddy when I come back. He goes to a place in Edgewater. Whatever. I just said yes. He's like, come with me to do this. It's crazy. I'm like, all right, cool.
Shouldn't we be working out
Yeah.
with Josh? I
Yeah.
mean, like,
Absolutely. I was with him Saturday
I
night.
see him, bro, and I see
was
his
on Saturday
gym.
night.
Like, I almost
So let's
shot you
go.
a DM. Like, sorry, I'm not Portuguese. I don't know if the whole table was, but
it was.
do I have to be Latin to
It
get
was.
invited to this fucking dinner?
We're not Latin. We're actually Caucasian. He was the only Latin guy, but because he looks like security
From the
we let
mountains
him-
of Caucasus.
the Caucasus Mountains. See, Caucasus is their
Little man has a credit score of 770 right now. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
He looks like security. He is security, so some guy goes strapped. You know what I mean?
I get it, but his
No, but we
gym,
should
bro,
go.
what he's doing,
Shout
just
out to Josh too, man.
that shit is different, bro.
His gym is like he's unbelievable. at
Is
what
it
he
lifestyle,
does.
performance, and fitness?
Yeah.
What is
Lifestyle
the?
performance?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Just so
just
you guys knows, it's right next to the Lamborghini dealer. So
Oh,
every time
perfect.
I go there, he's like, "Why do you stop by?" And I'm like, "Cause I want to work out with you." No, but I'm gonna. If you want, when I get back, we'll sign up. We'll do it. We'll do. One,
listen. I'm not there yet, but the
No,
only way to get there is to
you're
go, right?
we'll
Like,
we're gonna one day.
okay,
All we're committing to commit one day. Cool.
yeah, done.
One day.
Signed, sealed, delivered,
That's it.
and then I'll drop off my down payment at Lambeau because it's
Then
right
we'll-
next door.
There you go. See that? Look how efficient you're being with your time now. You're changing automatically. This is great.
Phil told me the secret, bro. And once you get there, you can't go backwards
That's the other.
because you're already there.
Everybody's
You got to
watching.
hold yourself accountable.
Absolutely.
You know.
You're the only one that's gonna do it. So that's cool. Cool. So we talked about that too. And then, is there anywhere you're going this year? Like, do you have any travel goals?
Travel goals. I didn't think they were goals, but Portugal's coming up when?
Saturday. You coming?
Come on, is it really that quick?
Saturday night. Yeah.
Fuck, dude. I gotta get my calendar in order for this
You
year.
gotta go.
I just gotta go, right?
Well, we're going there. I got it all lined up. Like, I'm building a house there. My goal is to always bring something back. So I got it lined up with some winemakers there, some wineries, some olive oil producers, all local. Some nuts, chestnut stuff like that.
We started the conversation,
Whatever.
but we never.
Yeah.
We gotta dig deeper into that. But you asked me a question. Going to Utah
Mm-hmm.
in March for Red, White, and Snow.
Nice.
Amazing charity
Am I
event.
going?
We'll get into that. Absolutely, you're invited. 6th through the 10th.
Utah, right?
Yeah.
I snowboard, so and I'm a fucking beast. So.
Park City, dude.
Let's go, man.
You know how nice it is. Yeah. Catch me at the St. Regis.
I'm with you.
We'll be
Park City, is that like South Park?
just like it. Same
That's
exact
what I like to
same exact thing.
Carmen?
No, it's a little different. But
Tortai.
we're doing that. Then we're going on a quick trip to Antigua in April, and then we're doing Costa Rica in August. Sorry. So just a couple.
Switching it up.
Yeah, that's one deal we made this year. I told my wife, I said, we're not doing the same trip you know, now we have the ability to travel. I want to see the world. I want the kids to be exposed, different culture, different
I
food,
do
different
my kids,
classes,
man.
different.
I take them everywhere. So.
It's the way to do
I
it.
love
You
it.
know, I understand Portugal. Your family's there. You have business there. You're doing things there. But like our trips that are, you know, once a year in the summer, we're gonna go. We're gonna do different stuff. So we haven't been to Antigua either. So we're lining that up. It's gonna be fun. What about you? What are you up to?
Travel wise, I do a lot already. So it's just like whatever pops up. I'm going to
Okay.
Utah. I just found out. I'm going to Utah.
This guy's quick,
I
man.
want to go. Just go.
Are you coming? Come.
I just said yes.
Okay.
I asked you if I'm.
Your
invited.
yes
You
is
said-
different than my yes,
My
right?
yes is yes.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
So like you will regret that probably.
No, not at all, bro. We do snowmobiling.
Cool.
There's a day of pampering.
Yeah.
You know, we do it all out there, bro.
Pampering, though.
Yeah.
So I want to go to Egypt. I love history, so I want to see the pyramids. I want to see.
You
know,
want to feel the power, right?
Yeah, I just want to do that. I want to go there. I think China. We have somebody that does a lot of business there. He wants to bring us there. A
Okay.
friend. Same thing. Like somehow I'm going into the import export business, right? Whether
You
it's
just
for
don't know how.
myself, whether it's for myself products I need for my business and or another. But those are kind of like the circles that we're in.
What is the goal with the products? Like, what's the big
In
scale?
Portugal, it's to bring awareness. Like, listen, I'm very proud of being Portugal. Obviously, nobody knows that, but
I mean, chop. Tell them where your name comes from, dude.
That's they call us pork chops. So that's
yeah. Chop Saffel.
Yeah, chops and Phil. Yeah.
What is behind that? I get the pork chop thing.
It was so Phil is the first two letters of my last name and the first three.
Oh.
Phil. It was AOL days, bro. So not me.
Oh, that's before my time. You're a little older than I am, as you can tell by his graying beard.
Right, it's all right, man. It's right here is experience. But I want to bring something over. Like, listen, I pay attention. Like, the Italians did it, the Greeks did it. They're proud and they bring something over. And people are like, Portugal's getting like Greece was hot for the last 5-6 years.
Right.
Whatever. It's Portugal's turn now, which is great, right? It's the new place everyone goes to. So they're coming back. I'm starting to hear, hey, I ate this. Where could I get it? Here, the olive oil there is fucking so much better. It's buttery. You can fry in it and everything. It's denser. Where could I get it? There's port wine, but now there's green wine, right? We call it Vinho Verde, right? There's a bunch of other regions up there. So it's not tapped. Portugal has the worst marketing campaign in the fucking world. So it's a plus for me and my buddies and these other Portuguese entrepreneurs that we have
Right.
that always wanted to do that. They talk about bringing somebody, like we'd love to have, there is no banging Portuguese restaurant in the city. In the city, every culture is represented. Ours, there's a restaurant there and it's cool, but it's like, we'd love to bring a chef from Portugal, finance everything here, put it together.
Right.
Also with the branding in terms of just Portuguese products, you know what I
Right.
mean? Just like an Italian restaurant or some shit like
Right.
that.
I mean, there's how many Italian
The thing
restaurants
is,
in the
like,
city?
We're not fighting with anybody else.
You're not.
It's just one.
You're creating your own pie,
Yeah,
not
so-
trying to take a slice of
so
somebody
that's
else's.
what that is in the sense of that.
Makes a lot of sense.
The China one is so we spend a lot of money on with our manufacturers and distributors in the salons in the sense of hair care product, you know, shampoo, conditioner, everything.
Sure.
We'd either love to pick something else up or make our own. There's that. And then on the real estate side, I have buddies that buy materials from overseas. My buddy just bought all his windows from Spain, right? And he got them for 25%. You know, for every $100 window, it was $25. Whatever. I just messed up.
I know what you mean.
Right. But like
A quarter of the price.
quarter of the price. Thank you. A quarter of the price. And he's building, I think it's, I don't know, over 100 units or some shit like that. So you do the math. My other buddy's bringing stone and tile, right?
Right.
So like there's I don't know where it's placed at, but it's like,
There's something.
it's like with restaurants. I hang out with too many of you motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Right.
Something's bound to happen.
Right.
I don't fight it. I don't force it. I kind of
You accept it with open arms.
They
Yeah.
do this. I'm like, yes, figure it out and see if it. That's how I got to everything that I have.
Just talking through this makes a lot of sense now. You know, I buy all this food, right, for all these restaurants. I need
You gotta
to,
go vertical.
yeah, I need to utilize that purchasing power, one, first and foremost. But past that, I need to have products that I stand behind, right?
Believe it.
That was the impetus of Spoils. I mean, you know, I jumped into it. They had it, right? They had it on the ground level started, but now it's different. We got a manufacturer. We're looking to be only in Portugal. I don't know if you know that, but I mean,
You know that Portugal does a lot of the
a lot of the big names,
luxury brand.
a lot of them. If you look
Shoes,
now,
clothing, it's there.
Dude,
It
if
was
you,
cheap.
I started looking because now I'm,
Grab me now before it goes up.
it wasn't the design, it was who's going to make it
Right.
and what am I going to use? You know, so the same thing with food, right? I want to be in on these import export. You know how much olive oil I use at all the
Well,
restaurants?
you'll be the first.
I mean, it's like a
who's gonna-
no-brainer.
Who do you think I'm gonna hit up when I bring
Of
a container?
course.
All my friends.
Of course.
Right? And I'm like, here, take it. This is what we're gonna try. Let me know the
And like
feedback.
you, I need to own some, you know, a part of it so I can
Listen,
make it make
Dual
sense and dollars.
citizenship, I go hook it up, everything. You know what I mean? Like, there's all that.
Do I look a little Portuguese? Let me see. No, I mean, what do I need to?
We're like, you're from where I'm at the north. You know what I mean? We're Celtic up there. So you'll be all right.
Celtic.
We are.
Really?
Yeah.
All
The
right.
Tribes they're Celtic tribes. So like that's why we have like light colored eyes, blonde
Okay.
hair as a kid, rosy cheeks. Our diet is the same. It's a lot of meat, potatoes. We have bagpipes there and everything. Right above us, it's called.
I love that he
I
said
live 5
bagpipes.
minutes, but we do.
Yeah.
I live 5 minutes away from northern Spain, which is Galicia, which is Gaelic,
That's right.
right?
Gali?
So,
I believe it's Gali. Yeah.
Galicia.
Yeah, Galicia.
Really white right now. So it's Galicia, and so like the.
Why did they, why are they so different, bro? Why do they talk
You ever
from
know-
the
I'm gonna give
Basque
you a
and
quick
from
story.
Galicia?
Do you know why they have a lisp? You know the story behind that?
Tell me, sir.
Thank you for asking. So the story behind that is there was a king that was born, right? And he was in Madrid or Toledo at the time, whatever the capital was of Spain. And he had a lisp. So for nobody to make fun of them, they made the court all talk the same way he did. So that he never thought he was out of place with his lisp when he went to Barcelona, right? Or Sevilla, right? The TH and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
So
that's,
he had a lisp. That's a story. And then anybody that came in his presence had to. So now they're like, we don't know when they're gonna. So they all had to talk. And when it starts a court, goes to the city. So that's
Wow.
the story.
that's
But
the
it's true or
story.
not, it's a pretty fucking dope story.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
But really quick, you were saying. So I talked to a lot of like everything, every industry, chefs, stylists, tattoos, whatever, and everybody has the problem of being too unique. Where they're like, if I'm like, listen, man, let's link up together and let's buy together. We get more power. And you're gonna be like, nah, I buy these ingredients, man. This is the shit I buy. And they're over here like, yeah, and I buy these. But the fact of the matter is, you have all these humongous food distributors all over, and they buy from all of them. So why can't you be that food distributor?
Bro, and they just put a different label on it fucking
it.
90% of the time.
That's
It's like the car companies, right?
Correct.
Bro, you're buying
Yeah,
a
same
Rolls Royce,
parts.
you're buying a fucking 7 Series.
Or an Audi. You know what I mean?
It's
the same
like,
thing.
know that. You're buying a
Lamborghini
Urus.
key is an Audi key.
Yo, you're buying a Urus. Guess what you're buying? You're buying a fucking Audi Q8.
But because of pride, ego, and everything else, everybody's
Absolutely.
like, or they don't want to do that. So like, that's where I could come in on my end and put that together. Because well, you're worried about this and this guy, I'm the middleman. Cool. You guys don't want to fucking connect. I'll connect it. You know. So
Right.
that's the essence of like getting leverage, getting more buying power. Not being so particular what it is, but like what opportunity pops up. So right now it's
It's using your contacts to your
that's
benefit,
my whole man.
right?
Listen, there's so much abundance of product there, and by product I mean agricultural, and there's so much waste. Two things going on where I live in the north, right? Almost all of Portugal. They have, because it was all agriculture, the whole country for so long, they still kind of produce, but it goes to waste because nobody buys it and or nobody wants it, right? And then on top of it, it's starting to become some labor shortages, right?
Sure.
So now it's like, cool, we're only going to do this.
The fields aren't being tended to.
Correct.
All of it.
So like, for example, I got all my dad's fields, my aunts, I bought them. I'm not producing anything. I just didn't want them to go to anywhere else. But I have all that land, like a lot of land, right? And then the people in the village produce, but they produce for themselves and just a little bit to sell. Co-op. or
Enough to
something
live.
Like that. Yeah.
It's a simpler life,
Well, they're
right?
different now. They actually produce because they want some money, but if
Okay.
there's no money in it, they're just not going to do it, right?
Right.
So there's so much stuff, like livestock's going less and less and less
Right.
because, you know, you got to tend to it and, you know, all that stuff, and they got regular jobs. But with that being said, there's just so much, I look at it that way, so much opportunity. Like we do prosciutto, right? Like we call it presunto, just like,
Right.
similar to the Spanish, we got Blackfoot too, same pig, Iberico. And it's like, I grew up eating that shit. Over here, it's like a delicacy, right? They're like, oh my God, Blackfoot
Right.
pig, and
Right.
they eat acorns. I'm like, no, that's just what they do.
Yeah.
But because the marketing is so good, the price point is sick.
Right.
So there's so much more opportunity for
That's just one product.
that's one product.
You know?
And the same thing with wine is big, and the same thing with
What is green wine? What does that mean?
oil. Listen, I don't drink. It's
Right.
a type of wine that's like Vinho Verde is like from green grapes, I believe. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And
Is it more of like a natural thing, or is it
yeah, it's
Okay.
like.
is it effervescent? Is it like a fucking champagne? I know. I listen. I
Yes,
don't drink either,
yes,
but like
yes.
I'm just trying to think through it.
Yes,
You know?
it has
Okay.
gas, like yeah.
Okay.
So,
Effervescence,
yep, it's
bubbles,
like that. It's
con gasolina. See?
well, you're speaking Spanish now. But so you drink that all day type of shit. So
Right,
probably
right.
like that, right? Again, I'm just like, wow, you're like this. That was the video.
Sorry, I got excited there
But,
for a second.
I'm always out there just trying to look for something new, trying to get something. I'm curious. I want to push. I want to figure out.
I think China's going to change a lot for you, dude.
Yeah.
You want to talk about production and
Yeah, I want to fucking. I'm excited. China, Japan. So China's almost definite. Just looking for a date. We're going with somebody from here who's
okay.
Chinese and does business there. I met also in Miami. I met some guy. He owns Bowden Auto House, and it's you know
I can picture
an
it.
auto shop. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Young kid, like 30 or some shit. Josh, cool as hell. We hung out with him the whole time there. I'm gonna go visit LA, and
Is that where he's based?
Yeah.
Okay.
He does like everybody's high end car, but by everybody, not even celebrities, just like one offs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Cone Cigs, like shit that you never seen. Just that's
What is he doing to him?
He like performance usually.
Okay.
Performance, PPF, whatever.
Right.
He's big on online presence. So I'm just connecting with the people that I know already, expanding.
He's
and
doing like
seeing-
Mo Mods, but on a
Yeah.
level.
And then I
Right.
was with my buddy, so he's
Shout
like,
out
"Come
Mo.
here."
It was his birthday over the weekend. That's
I was-
my man.
I was like, he's like, come over there. Oh, you should open up a restaurant here. I'm like, yeah, but I don't run restaurants. He's like, yeah, but your friends do. So I'm getting a lot of that shit. You know what I mean? And so even if I don't,
You always hear that,
I'm
bro.
gonna pass it to you.
It's more of like a
just
social club, right? At
It
this point,
is.
it's like, it's not just, it's about breaking bread. It's about the idea of sitting at a table with somebody,
Speaking of that, right? And if you want, we can wrap up with it. It's like also we're doing
My first tasting's at 3:00, so I have time, I'm
we're
just
doing
no
we're doing-
pressure.
where is it?
In Newark, at Kinjo,
You gotta go quick.
159 Washington Street,
There you go.
at Kinjo,
Shit's dope.
NJ.com.
The fucking music is fucking bomb. Whoever that DJ is needs to get a raise. Sorry.
Yo, it's so funny you said that, bro.
What you're saying?
Joey, you're not going to hear this for, 6 weeks or whatever, but
You better have a raise by then.
yeah, my man's getting a raise on fucking Friday. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. Listen, times are tough, Joey. You know the deal, bro, but,
Fucking tears going down my cheeks as he said that.
no.
Wow, times are tough. That's fucked up.
A raise is a raise is a raise. Percentage wise, it's it's substantial.
You gotta take
But
care of him.
listen, he takes care of us.
That's it.
I take care of him. It's family, bro. It's all love, and he does an amazing job. Nobody promotes that place like he does. It's
That's
wild.
his place.
He almost embarrasses me.
You were talking about
It's like a proud mom.
people coming
or
together. You were You were talking.
DJ Aunt Joey Mouse.
You were talking about. Come on, you're fucking my.
I'm sorry, bro. I
You were
go off
talking
on
about
tangents.
People coming together,
I love you,
social
Joey.
club and everything, right?
Yes.
So like, what we're also doing is we have a bunch. I told you before, like we're doing a mastermind, right? But it's more of like you have a phone, right? And it's literally a Rolodex now. I have a phone. I just asked you before, hey, you have a plug for this dealership. If not, I hit somebody else up. We do this all the time, but we outsource them to everybody else, right? So this mastermind is going to be in the sense of like who-
Insourcing.
You, me, yes, utilizing our resources. Let's get a project together. Cool. We're going to build this building, build this restaurant. Who's got capital? I do. Or resources for it. Who's got staffing? Who's got social media? Who's promoting this? Who's got location? That's just an example.
Right.
Right. Or it's like, listen, we need to go to Dubai. Who's got the PJ? This guy does. All right, tell him to fire up. We also need 2 cars over there, and we're looking to look at property over there. Cool. It's the mastermind in the sense of this, right? And so you have to bring something to the table for this one, right? Including myself. It's not just what you know, but like what you're willing to step up and do it. Meet monthly, at least once a month, right? Like sit down, hang out, no phones, whether it's a dinner, cigar, or some shit.
Right.
Also, once every quarter, we fly out somewhere as a group. Separately meet up, but like nothing crazy, like Miami, LA. Go check out different places so we get inspired by that shit too. And then once a year, we do an adventure. This year's going to be the rally because we're putting it together where we fly our cars out to Italy and then drive up to, from Milan, we're driving up to Germany, France, Paris, Central Pay, Barcelona, Madrid, Lisbon, and finishing where I'm at in Portugal. Throw a banger over there. You know what I mean? It's about a week, and then just continue that. And then next year's a new adventure. And in order to come in, it's got to get voted on. And you know what I mean? Like, we want to really do something like that because we do it. We're just not organized, right? So we
Right.
put some organization, some value to it. I think it's just going to help everybody.
Starting in Milan.
Yeah. Well, that's the adventure. Right?
Okay.
This should go live probably next month or beginning of March.
Okay.
Obviously, you're in there. I'm not asking you if you're in there.
Yeah,
You gotta
we
pay
already
that.
discussed
Everybody
it.
has to pay to get in there. That's part of it. So
Okay.
not just pay, but when you pay for something, there's an intrinsic value of like, fuck, I gotta go. I paid, 20 stacks for this shit. or
Of
whatever the
course.
fuck it is, right? So
You're locked in. I mean, there's got to be some skin in the
if
game.
not, it's cool too. You're just not meant for it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So that's kind of what we're doing, and
We talked about it
yeah.
yesterday or the day before. You're sending over the Lambo and the Porsche, and we'll just switch it up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I'm not mad. I'm like, whatever.
I know it works. It works out, right?
Have both of them and somebody's driving.
It works out, man.
So yeah, man. So a lot of cool stuff happening this year. We got a lot of cool guests too. I'm not gonna spill the beans, but like we got a bunch
Working
of
on
people
working
lined
on
up,
some
yeah.
some big guests.
We're going on some podcasts too, and we're also gonna take the show on the road a couple times. Jamie and I are gonna get the setup. Maybe Marvin's gonna come, with us, get out of the hood over here a little bit, and venture out.
The hood.
Yeah. How you like? Hey, have you ever done a podcast like First Class? Yeah. Like Emirates? We got you. We'll make it happen. They give you pajamas, silk. And there's a bar where you could go hang out like a club. When I flew to fucking Africa, I flew to Dubai first. And first you're like, damn, 13 hours. And then you're like, wow, that happened fast. There's a bar, it's like a club, everybody's chilling on. It's another. But we're gonna do the podcast there. That'll be good.
On the top floor.
Top floor, man. It's the double decker, yeah.
Yeah.
So now we got big things lined up.
Taking the show on the road.
Taking the show on the road. Taking what we do. We already take it on the road. We're just gonna capture it. So
That's true. That's
So,
true.
listen, we're gonna wrap up with that unless you got something else to
Oh,
add.
man, the year of personal development. We touched on it a little bit
Yep.
in our last show. 24 for me is like tightening up, restructuring slightly. We hired a CEO,
was gonna say,
a
yeah.
managing partner. That's a huge deal. Peter Arnone's coming back to the company.
Nice.
Shout out Tiki Pete. Huge pickup for us. My partner Robert Palmer and myself, we're excited, man.
Good.
We're excited. So we want to maximize what we have now. That's what 24 is for, and then be poised to grow in 25.
Get ready for it, yeah.
I mean, really get ready for it, because 23 caught us kind of by storm.
Same here, bro. It was
You
the
know-
best thing that happened.
No doubt about it. Because we're sitting here now.
Because we got efficient and we fucking
We're sitting here now. In the eye of the storm, it was like, fuck, bro. My stomach was sick for 2 months. Dude.
Listen, I'm with you. It taught me to make decisions quicker, be in there, and be more efficient. Look, I get more efficient. But
Hire slow, fire fast.
I just, yeah.
Hire fast, fire fast.
Ready? And I took leverage back. It's not like nobody else is taking me hostage. Nobody else is, I feel bad. They leave money. Like nothing. That doesn't bother me. If I get a sense that you got to go from the rip, you got to go. And I have 4 other people in the cut waiting. Right. So
That's really the key,
that's
right?
what it taught me, man. And
Yeah.
It's the best.
You changed your mindset again. You
I read
you
books that taught me
upgraded.
that. I listened to seminars, but until I went through it, that's what I need.
Unfortunately, we learn the hard way sometimes, right?
It's the only way
As long as we learn.
It's the only way I'll learn.
As long as we learn.
So cool. All right. So you good?
I'm great.
Cool. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. Marvin, you want to close this out?
Till next time.
Let me fucking bang that. Pop, 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 pop. You want to duck and roll?